One of my most embarrassing youth ministry stories was the time I was preaching to middle schoolers, and I tried to say, you guys think Jesus is nothing but a fun sucker. But I accidentally reversed the first letters of fun and sucker.
Yes, you did.
And accidentally said son bleeper. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Youth Group Chronicles.
We are back.
Back on the show, we have Dustin Coe. Welcome back, Mr. Dustin Coe.
Thank you.
And welcome back, Mr. Isaiah Smallwood.
Man. I feel like this is my show.
Honestly, yeah.
I'm lying. No, I'm literally joking. This ain't my show.
Yo, I commented on
This
TikTok
Sam
once.
Show.
I said, Isaiah carries the show. And a lot of people like the comments.
It's on the Lord's. It's on the Lord's back.
That's true. Yeah.
He carries.
Yep. Yo, I told my wife that Isaiah carries the show, and she agreed, though.
I will.
She didn't even go to bathroom.
I will say nothing about that. I'm not gonna give between.
She's like, yeah, he's way funnier than you.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
man.
the thing is I don't think you're trying to be funny. You're just reading off comments.
That's exactly right.
Me, I just don't give a frick, honestly, at all.
I legitimately thought.
Yeah, no, I wasn't gonna do
it.
it.
A different word was coming
No.
out. I legitimately, heard it and it didn't happen, and I was so happy.
Yeah, me too.
Listen, man, I'm unashamed, but I'm still Christian, baby.
Yeah.
So it is what it is, man.
That's good. If this is your first time listening to the show, you're certainly in for it. One thing I've said is if we're recording past like 6 p.m., it just gets a little bit crazy up in here.
Buckle in, kids.
Yeah. Also, this is Dustin and Isaiah's first time together on the show, which is cool. So if this is your first time listening to the show, my co-hosts here are going to blind react to the craziest, wildest youth ministry stories the internet can provide. With that being said, if you have stories that you want to send in to this podcast that you think would contribute, ygchronicles@gmail.com. With that being said, let's kick this off. This is, let me make a note here. This is an email submission from Ruby. Ruby said, one time during a parent meeting to give information on an upcoming mission trip, my youth pastor was trying to describe the place that we'd be staying. So instead of him saying it was similar to a hostel, he said all the students would be staying at a brothel.
Yes!
How do you mess that up? How? What is on your mind?
No, I mean it's a fair question, right? Because they're describing where they're going, and I understand what like a hostel is. Like I get that, but like how do you mix up
right.
a hostel and a brothel?
Not gonna lie, I could probably do that. I would make that mistake 100%.
And no,
what's going on inside your heart?
It's
Sam?
really, really clean. It's a great establishment. I've been there before. It's a really nice brothel. Great atmosphere.
Oh, I was like, wait. I was like, he's been there?
All right, what's a hostel though? Is that like a hotel?
It's basically just like a communion, like
a commune. It's a cult.
Brothel.
So the same.
No, it's
it's similar. So I could see how the mistake
it's
was made.
basically like a commune.
He said it's similar. No.
It's nothing like it, actually.
He said, oh, all right, it's similar. No.
Oh, it's okay.
No.
Karen, this was another email submission.
Moving right.
I laugh every time he does that. Every single time. And then he comments about that.
I feel like,
every episode.
I feel like
he's
there
like,
was more to the story,
there's
right?
so much
like,
more.
There had to be more to that story specifically. And it's like, anyway, Karen.
Awkward silence, and then all of a sudden. Will from Tennessee sent in.
Okay, all
right, bro.
Let's talk about Karen.
No, you're right. It's totally fair. I just don't have a segue for every story, unfortunately. Karen said, here's one of my biggest youth ministry fails.
Biggest.
One night, we decided to combine the kids and the younger youth for an evening. We had everyone at my house for pizza and a movie night, and we watched the movie Blue Miracle, and everyone loved it. All right. Afterwards, some of the parents...
I've never heard of that movie
Just
before.
a family-friendly movie. Afterwards, some parents were taking a little longer to pick up their kids. There were a total of 3 boys left at my house, ages 9 to 15. Me and the other leader decided to put on another movie to kill time while their parents were on their way. However, we put on a Will Ferrell movie. I should have known better. And not even 3 minutes into the movie, it was topless women all over the screen.
Y'all.
The 9-year-old was shocked.
No. No, you can't throw that out there like some random plot point, dude.
The 9-year-old was
That
shocked.
is not a casual thing that you bring up.
I mean, it happened.
The
apparently.
9-year-old was shocked.
She added, the older boys were smiling, and I was borderline having a panic attack trying to find the remote and change the movie.
Oh.
So let me help you out.
The 9-year-old was shocked.
Little advice before you throw on a movie. There's like this 15-second. It's a screen that says rated R or like PG-13, and it says for graphic nudity or like graphic cursing or something like that. I don't know.
Adult language.
Watch it. Study it. Live by it.
This should be like a motto for like a company or something like that. Like new slogan. No, that's the new plugged in review. That's their new motto is, what was it? Watch it, study it, live it.
What's plugged in?
You've never heard of plugged in? Okay, I'm really showing my home score here. Plugged in. You've never heard of it either? Am I the only one?
We're not backwoods, PA.
No. Actually, it does. It does.
It's actually
kind of sound
pretty helpful. Not gonna lie.
It sounds,
as sheltered as I may sound, this is great for youth pastors too. Plugged In is an internet site where Christians review a movie, and they go through.
Yes.
They give a synopsis.
Yeah.
And then they depict the sexual content if there's any. They depict any language, any violence. And they basically just like say, this is like, I wouldn't recommend this for this age group.
So if you wanted to watch like Anchorman, right? It would be like
they have like every movie on there.
Nah, Anchorman is hilarious.
Credits.
Don't watch it. Actually, it's not funny. Anchorman's not funny. It's sinful. Don't watch it.
Thank you, brother, pastor, doctor.
Don't say pastor. I don't think I'm a pastor.
Pato.
I ain't no pastor, kid.
Yo, you've heard of it, right?
Yeah, I've heard a lot of
You can't ask your brother who was homeschooled as well if he's heard. He looked at the only other person in the room.
Why'd you hit him with the Mr. Burns though? Like.
No.
Excellent. You cannot. You
can't.
Anyway, I find it to be a pretty decent tool.
It is. It is for sure.
Not gonna lie, it's yeah. I mean, my rule of thumb is like probably don't play a Will Ferrell movie in front
Absolutely
of kids.
not.
Just
Weird.
throw that out there.
What weird, right?
Except for maybe Elf, but I can't remember. Is there something?
No,
Elf is fine.
It's
Okay.
not bad.
Elf is fine.
I'm in the okay. This is gonna split the room.
You don't like
can't-
Will Ferrell, do you?
can't.
No, I like
Don't do it.
pre-Elf.
Uh-huh.
Elf
Don't do
just
That did it for you?
I hate it.
Dustin.
I cannot stand it.
All right. Everything I said at the begging about him being my,
It is my
my
opinion.
brother. I don't care about opinions.
Well, clearly.
You
I
just
Do
got
you think I
shunned
live
from
life-
your own brother.
Do you think I live life caring about opinions? What is
If
this?
if anyone's listened to this show, they know that you definitely don't care about opinions.
I just can't
Wow,
stand the
Sam.
movie, dude.
Oh my god, I was joking. But all right.
No, you know it's true.
Wow. You know
I
what? This is my
can't stand
last
the movie.
section.
I cannot
on
stand the
my-
movie. I just
No,
it's
so
just not for me.
You have no soul. We get it. I don't understand how. It's just like the Polar Express.
Oh, that movie
10
sucks.
out of 10.
Sucks. I hate that movie, dude.
I'm with you, Isaiah, on Polar Express. I love that movie so much. It's so good.
Do 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 do. Do, do, do,
I swear I've seen the movie like once and I never wanted to watch it again.
This is the Polar Express.
Nope.
I love that movie.
Was that Tom Hanks?
That's-
Was that supposed to be?
Hey man, the Mosses don't like Tom Hanks, bro.
No, I'm out on
Don't say
him.
that. Don't say that.
Don't get me down the rabbit hole. All right. Here, this is a newer segment. We've done it in a few episodes. Embarrassing stories from youth
Yes.
pastors.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they're
we're
good.
moving
Let's do
on
it.
from the fails. We're just moving straight into embarrassing
Can
youth
I
ministry
roast these
stories.
Oh.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, bet.
Yes.
Michael said one of my most embarrassing.
Michael. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
This one was
He's not
so
coming back.
this one was one of my favorites, so I had to move it to the top of the queue. That's how good it was.
Okay, let's go.
Cool.
One of my most embarrassing youth ministry stories was the time I was preaching to middle schoolers, and I tried to say, "You guys think Jesus is nothing but a fun sucker," but I accidentally reversed the first letters of fun and sucker.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
And accidentally said son bleeper. The gasp in the room was like nothing I have ever experienced before. I went ahead and packed up the message right then and there and went home.
He didn't even end the service. He just ended the message, and he
was
was like,
no altar call. I mean, oh. Like, what?
dude, they're in middle school too. They're in middle school.
He said, "Yep. Good night." And no
Jesus
bus
was not just a son.
There's no bus taking y'all home either. You gotta walk.
How do you do that? How do you do?
That's hilarious,
Dude, come
yeah,
on.
nah. I would have been like, hey, happens anyway. You know what I mean? Like, he said.
The same
It just left like
zero emotion.
What if Tommy needed God? Hey, you gotta wait till next week.
Oh my God.
That's why you gotta have a church home, man.
Oh, that's good.
Sunday mornings where you get saved.
Oh my
Wednesday
goodness.
nights is just getting cussed at by our youth.
Man, dude, we need so much more context
That's
for that story.
hilarious.
I mean, that's
sir.
all the context I needed. He said I packed it up and went home.
That's my guy, Mike, man.
What's that, Zay?
I said that's my guy, Michael. Man.
Michael.
Michael, you're doing great. I promise.
You're the Michael Scott of youth pastors right now. Great job.
Kara said, my most embarrassing youth ministry story was after about 2 weeks into my ministry with junior high and senior high youth kids. The church had a lockout scheduled, which is where you take the students out to a number of different places in the wee hours of the morning.
I'm hitting the pause button.
Did she really say we?
Lock out?
Lockout.
So not a lock in where 90% of the terrible things of youth group stories happen.
You're about to find out not to do lockouts.
A lock out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey guys, what if we close the church? Wait, you're onto something. You're onto something. Guys, just listen.
So Bill,
Hear me
Think about
out.
what I'm saying.
so what would we do?
Take them to a brothel. And let's make them like pick up garbage at a park. No shot to anybody who picks up garbage at parks.
Yo.
You keep doing the Lord's work.
Thank you for serving your communities.
He said,
the Lord sees it.
hey,
So did the
you
judge.
can't go home, but you can't come to church either.
Did you hear what he said?
He said,
I was like, the Lord sees it. Sam's like, and so does the judge.
Okay, moving on. The church had a lockout scheduled, which is where we take students out to a number of different places until the wee hours of the morning.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense.
Our first stop was a trampoline park, and I haven't jumped on a trampoline in decades, long before I birthed 2 kids. The students told me...
thank you for life.
Yeah. The students told me to jump on the trampoline. Needing to look relatable to this group of students I'm now working with, I jumped onto the trampoline. 2 jumps in, I full-on peed my pants. I ran to the bathroom and tried my hardest to fix the situation. There was no fixing it. The students didn't know what happened and were confused as to why I jumped twice and then ran. I then had to survive through bowling, roller skating, milkshakes at 2 a.m. before getting back to the church for 4 hours of mayhem. Lesson learned, never participate in a youth event that lasts for over 12 hours without bringing a change of clothes.
Or just use the restroom.
It's different after kids, apparently. Doesn't matter.
Oh, this was after
This was
birthing 2 kids.
After birthing.
After.
Can't hold it.
That's okay. That's fair.
Question about the story. Did they end by going inside of the church? Because I thought the church was locked.
It was a lock it out and in.
That's not what you said.
What's that?
That's not what you said.
It turned into a lock in.
All right, guys, we're back at the church.
We're locking the doors.
Did you bring your tents? Church is closed.
Dude, that'd be so weird. Sleeping in tents outside the church
We're gonna
in the parking
commune
lot or in the field.
Outside.
Remember when me, you, Sierra, and Emily went to what was it, Sky?
Yeah, Skies on something.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah, for you.
Oh, yeah, that was.
I sprained my ankle 20 minutes into the trip.
No. Not even.
How much did you spend?
It's probably like $30 to get in.
Yeah, maybe $30.
No, I just remember
That's $30 of your life, huh?
I just remember we went, and I honestly think it was like within the first 5 minutes.
I think so too.
It was like a double date with me, my wife, and Dustin and his wife. We drove hour 45 to Syracuse.
Yep.
You get there. Dustin rolls his ankle within 5 minutes.
Super excited to be there.
Yeah. It ends up like Sierra doesn't really like jumping on trampolines that much.
And
Emily sat next to Dustin the whole time, so I'm like chilling for an hour and a half, just jumping on trampolines.
And like at one point, I swear, dude, I turned to Emily and I'm like, babe, could you just like jump around with Sam for a little bit?
I feel so bad for this homeschooler.
Just like we drove all the way up here. He's like by himself. It was supposed to be fun.
Yo, I will say we got the best boneless wings I've ever had in my life.
Yeah, we did.
Those were, I don't know where it was, but it was good. So that did cap off the day. But yeah.
I'm not wasting my money.
I'm just like, he can chill for an hour.
I
could see Dustin. I could see Dustin laying on the ground holding his ankle. Emily. Oh, Dustin!
She didn't even do that, dude. She laughed. She laughed so hard.
I didn't even see it. I didn't get to see it happen.
It was terrible. But the next day, the Lord healed me.
That is true.
At church.
You were running around.
God healed me. I was running around. It was cool.
Not gonna lie, I was a little bitter because it happened like a day later. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Couldn't have gotten healed at the Sky Zone.
Did you pray over him?
No, we didn't pray,
I was jumping.
Yeah.
Well, you could have had a partner. Where's your faith, Sam?
No, I mean, all in all, that was a good day for sure.
It was fun. Jesse said, one of my most embarrassing youth ministry stories was when one of the parents wanted to do a Christmas program with the students. Being the youth pastor, I knew how it would go over, and I told them that I would be their sound guy, but if they wanted to do it, they would have to direct the play. The rehearsals went how I thought they would. People had to work, couldn't get a ride, didn't remember their lines, etc. 1 week before the program, we did a run-through with no scripts allowed on the stage, but I had one in the sound booth. And when they couldn't remember their line, I'd have to scream the start of it, from the sound booth to the stage. After yelling multiple times, I found our preacher's lapel and hooked it up, and I would just talk through the monitors to the stage when they forgot their lines and stuff like that. Worked great. After suffering through 3 or 4 runs, the director was happy, and he called everyone to the stage for a quick meeting, and I used this opportunity to take a restroom break. About midway through said restroom break, one of my youth busted through the door, sucking in air from the lengthy run he had just done, and he said, "Jesse," as he gasped for air, "your microphone is still on, and we hear everything you're doing on the stage." I reached down and turned the microphone off.
There's a lot of information conveniently left out of what he was doing in the bathroom.
I could tell you. I could take a guess.
I can take a few guesses.
I don't want to.
I mean, I'm sure that we can all think of the few things that he may have been doing. I'm just going to say, just double check your mic, man.
What's funny is he's a sound guy, so he's probably not used to just wearing a mic.
True. Okay.
Actually, no, he wasn't. That's wrong.
Was he the youth pastor? Youth leader?
Yes, he's the youth pastor.
Just like the youth,
never mind. Yeah. Excuse gone. You preach every week.
We hear everything you're doing. Turn off your mic.
Oh, poor Jesse.
Oh, man.
Jimmy said, one of my most embarrassing youth ministry stories was when I walked into Sunday school and 2 brothers were sitting there dressed up to the max. So they had suits, ties, etc. I looked at them and I said, "Wow, who died?" They looked up to me and said, "Grandma." They were going to her funeral right after church.
Okay, anytime I've heard a story, anytime, and it starts out with, so everything was going great, and then I said, "Hey, who died?" It's always because somebody died. I mean, I'm sure he knew the kids.
Rip grandma, man.
Right? Yeah, literally, rest in peace.
Yeah, facts.
If you know the kids, and they don't dress like this on a normal basis, and you see their demeanor, don't be like, "Who died, guys?"
How'd she die?
What?
I just want. I mean,
What is wrong with you,
I feel like
dude?
I don't know. I feel like
How did she die?
you just want to know some
ask
things.
that?
You can't ask that, dude.
You just want to
You
know.
cannot ask that.
Like, was it sudden? I don't know. Like, I'm just. What? I mean, because if it was like what is it? Like a horrific death, and I mean, it weighs a lot more than just being like, oh, she died in her sleep. So if it was like a car accident, and he was supposed to know that information, then like, shame on you, bro. But like, if she just like passed away, then get over it, man. Over it. I'm kidding. I'm kidding, y'all. I'm literally joking, bro. I'm literally kidding. Because if somebody would have told me that when my dad died, it would have been all bad.
Oh, dude, you would have lost your salvation.
Rip grandma, man.
Oh.
You know me.
Like, you
I would've.
absolutely would have lost your salvation.
Absolutely. I almost did. A couple times.
Oh.
So, yesterday,
What happened yesterday?
I woke up.
And then?
Almost lost my salvation.
Should we leave it there?
Nah, I tripped on a blanket. Tripped on a blanket. Stubbed my toes. Some choice words came to mind, but I said, you know what? Jesus. You're powerful, God. You're
Tripped on a blanket.
Oh.
Is that what I said?
That's exactly how you said
Tripped
it.
on a blanket.
There was a hard stop on that, dude.
I've never heard of anyone tripping on a blanket.
Neither have I.
Y'all don't get wrapped up in your blankets? Like,
Did you fall out of bed? Like,
No.
Wait. So you're telling us you woke up out of bed, the blanket was wrapped around your legs, and you tripped?
You act like that don't be happening to people.
yo, that I've never seen that happen in my life. Never once have I even come close.
Okay, in the
to it.
review. Okay,
Oh
if this
my
is
gosh,
your first
bro.
time listening to this podcast and you're leaving a review, please let us know in the review if you've ever been wrapped up.
This shirt. This.
You ain't never. Oh, wait, because now I'm upset. Hold on. So you're telling me that when you're cold at night, you don't put like blankets over your feet or nothing,
I don't get cold.
and you don't. Well, then why you got a blanket on?
I don't.
Yeah, I throw them off my legs and get
Literally,
out of bed.
yeah. I don't have a
Y'all
blanket
have
on.
never gotten out of bed with a blanket on before?
No.
Did you like huddle under the blanket
Wait,
to walk
dude,
to the
are
bathroom
you
or
sleeping
something?
with Snuggies?
There's not a Snuggie big enough to fit me, first of all. Second of all, I've tried. Third of all, like, why are we coming at my personal life right now? Somebody's grandma died.
How did
we
we
doing?
get here? That's what I want to know.
Back on
Jeez, man.
All right, Emily said,
Wait, which Emily?
not your Emily.
Oh, okay.
Different Emily.
That would have been cute.
I had a student at youth camp.
Why did the closet romantic come out there?
It's not a closet.
I'll try it again. Emily said, I had a student at youth camp who in the middle of the night put a pillow on my face and pressed down.
Not him talking to us like he's a substitute teacher. I'll try again. Like, what? Wriggle it back in, kids. Come on, man. It's a comedy show.
So wait, so Emily's asleep, and one of her youth kids puts a pillow over her face and presses down.
And then when I asked her what she was doing, she just said, I wanted to know if I could, and then just went back to sleep.
Get her out. Get her out. Get her out.
Just practicing for
She's
something.
no longer
like,
my youth kid. Like,
You know, the kid was just sitting there like, I just wanted to know if I could.
I guess they were sleepwalking, would be my guess. But were they trying
no,
to...
because she would have put that in there if she was sleepwalking, brother.
I had a student who in the middle of the night put a pillow on my
Nope.
face.
Nope.
No?
Girl was awake. Awake.
In
She
the
said-
middle of the night. Straight face.
No, I'd be scared waking up
As
to
the
that.
girl's like shaking, she's just like. She pulls it off. This is. I just wanted to know if I could.
Why is this so vivid? Like when you're reacting it,
What?
it's like actually mild with what you're doing, but like the whole mental image that goes along with your reenactment is so vivid.
I was literally making the movements. I've done it before. I wanted to see
that's
if it worked.
sinful. Wow.
All right. Chance said,
Wow, you were not joking about these shows, man.
I know. I said
Past 6 p.m. something happens.
I literally get Isaiah
this
in
is
a
me
room.
every time. It's not. It could be 9 a.m. and I'm laughing like this.
Chance said, my most embarrassing youth ministry story was during my first year of youth ministry. Every week, we encouraged the youth to read a scripture and share their thoughts for the first 5 minutes of the lesson. The older youth took it very seriously and wanted to lead the whole lesson, or at least lead half of it, and then I would take over. So this particular week was supposed to be about spiritual warfare and the beginning of the armor of God bit from Ephesians 6:10. But instead, I accidentally asked this sheltered 14-year-old girl to read and prepare a lesson on Galatians 5:2-15, which was my morning devotion, so I got them mixed up. To her credit, she came prepared, but she struggled talking about circumcision, especially when she was asked to explain it.
Nah, that's nuts. Oh,
Bro!
Yeah, you totally didn't set yourself up for that at all. That's nuts. Oh.
no, actually, I say that all the time, bro. John, I say that all the time.
Can I be
Don't
here?
I say that all the time? Right. Nah, man. That wasn't a
Yo,
setup.
for anybody
I
listening,
be
there's like
here?
5 people in the studio right now. We're all just like chilling.
Bro, you do.
You can, yo, laugh in the background. I don't care. If there's something funny, yeah, laugh in the background. Elijah can't hold it together, so.
John's almost fell twice. he went
Dude,
back.
there's that Pat
chairs
and John
cracked
laugh
up.
as well. I love that.
It's all good, dude.
What was that?
Wait, so he goes out of his way to describe this 14-year-old girl as sheltered.
Yeah, so probably
I was,
didn't.
What? Never mind.
So she had to
Nothing.
prepare a lesson on circumcision.
Yeah, but he thought he gave her the lesson on the armor of
on
God.
spiritual warfare. Yeah,
Imagine how shocked he was when she started.
Go circumcision. It was your project.
I Googled it. No. I Googled it.
Soundman in the back. These are some images.
Their mom and dad. Their mom and dad are gonna get on the computer. See circumcision. And they're gonna be like, we gotta put a program on this computer. I would have never thought.
Babe, I don't think we're going to sleep tonight. We're checking the Google search history.
Give her the computer.
Oh man, that poor little girl.
Put it in our room.
Dude, proofread, please.
That's great, man.
If you have a student leading a lesson, that's awesome. Good for you for delegating, but proofread those texts. Proofread those emails.
Proofread.
Jonathan said, my most embarrassing youth ministry story was the time my lead pastor's daughter needed a ride to work before Sunday service, so his wife called and asked if I could drive her. She had just gotten her license.
Red flags.
But we lived in Montana, and it was icy, so her parents didn't want her to drive.
Red flag.
So I picked her up.
The whole state of Montana.
Red flag. Red flag.
So I pick her up, and I'm driving about 7:30 a.m., and we were about a quarter of the way there. No service, no gas station, or anything for about
Red
25
flags,
to 30
man.
minutes. But I really had to go number 2. I have some gut issues from the Army, so just holding it really wasn't an option. I told her, I'm sorry. I pulled off the side of the road, ran down the hill a bit, and did my business while she just sat in the car.
Dude.
I will forever have a single sock floating around in my drawer. If you know, you know.
No, because the ending of that is wild.
Rip
There's
to the
a
sock.
few questions, man. Number one, let me give y'all a ministry tip. Men, if you're not married and you're not dating, don't be alone with a female, bro.
Ever.
That's
Like,
true.
that's-
Although, hey, he could have been FaceTiming. You don't know.
He had no service.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Like,
I appreciate you trying to give him the benefit.
I
you
was
do.
legit
You
trying
do.
to get the benefit
I
of
was
the
just,
doubt. But
you know what I mean?
I
Like,
do
I was thinking about it,
appreciate
and
that.
it's just like just to help you out, because like anything could have happened while you were
Yes.
away from the car for that long.
Yes.
Come back to the car, she's gone, or worse.
That's true.
You know what I mean? She's still there, and But like for real, another thing is don't live in Montana. Like whoever does that is weird.
Because you're gonna have to poop
No, I'm
at
playing.
like 2 a.m, and you're gonna have to go outside and do it in your sock. It's gross.
No, you didn't do it in the sock. You wiped off with the sock.
Maybe.
If it were me, logistically speaking, I would go in the sock and then use like the tail end to wipe.
Are you saving it for later? Like
Why are you going in the sock?
Well, then you swing it around and you just
toss it into the woods?
yeah.
Dude.
I don't want some adorable little bear cub in Montana eating my poop. Know what I mean?
They don't eat poop. Bears don't eat poop.
They're bears.
They might.
They don't eat poop.
Ever?
Hey Siri. Hey Siri. Do bears eat poop? She's taking the night off. It's Saturday and she doesn't get paid after this time. No, we're going to get this question answered on this live, okay? Hey Siri. Do bears eat poop?
I found this on the web.
Although black bears are said to... Everything, I don't know why, but everything is talking about hibernation. So we're going to leave it there.
Okay, we'll say no.
They sleep. So
They don't. All right, that's where we're gonna end it for this one. I think that's all I can
Great
take.
ending.
That's all I can take.
Sam's annoyed.
If you have a story that you want to send into this show, certainly do so. We would love to hear from you. ygchronicles@gmail.com. Check out TikTok, and then YG Chronicles on Instagram is where we post reels, because video just does this way more justice.
Oh,
Like I
for
said.
sure.
What's up? Huh?
I don't think they eat it. They're attracted by it.
Are you
So
guys still Googling that? Like, you guys are doing research in here.
They're attracted by it because it brings them to your camp. So like, it'll attract them. They can smell it and they'll just be like, oh, people associated to
All right,
food.
Dustin was right. There we go.
They don't eat it.
That's a wrap, everyone.
Jesus loves you, by the way.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Youth Group Chronicles. We will see you next week.